Hey, how's it going, fight fans? Welcome to mindforcombat. If you're new to the channel, my name's Rohan. This is my platform where I do fight sports related content. If you're new here, why don't you help me grow my platform? All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like it, maybe hit that bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a video. That's a very difficult time in the world of YouTube and trying to grow your channel, and with COVID going on and everything else, you know, there's not really much traction going on in the world of MMA YouTube in particular. So if you're new to the channel, I really appreciate your support, and you know, I could really do with it right now. So why don't you guys help me to grow this platform? It ain't gonna cost you nothing, so just go down and click the button and then we can get into the video. Anyways, with that said, in this video I'm going to be breaking down the upcoming heavyweight main event between Curtis Blaydes and Alexander Volkov. Now this is a very interesting fight. It's a very important part of fight in the landscape of the heavyweight division as well, particularly when you consider that Daniel Cormier will be fighting Stipe Miocic for a third time. Okay, after that, if Daniel Cormier wins, and a lot of people are predicting him to win, I'm not one of those, but if Daniel Cormier wins, he's going to be looking to retire and set off into the sunset. What that will mean is that there will be two vacant positions open to fight for the belt. Now, the logical answer will be, well, if Stipe loses to Cormier, he'll probably get another fight for the belt to fight Francis Ngannou, but I don't believe it to be that simple. If Stipe loses to Daniel Cormier again, it will be 1-2 in his last three at 38 years old. Some people may want to see some fresh blood, and a lot of people may want to see if Stipe can still rebuild a run up to that belt. So a win here for whoever wins, particularly for Volkov, could set them up to fight Francis Ngannou. And I say particularly Volkov because, of course, Curtis Blaydes has lost twice to Francis Ngannou already. Now, it's a very interesting fight, and the winner of this fight, regardless of who wins, even if it is Curtis Blaydes and Francis does end up winning the belt, can only be a win or two away from a title shot. So this is very important in the heavyweight division. So without further ado, let me get into the fight and let's break it down. So, Curtis Blaydes is still a very young man, particularly by heavyweight standards. He's only 29 years old. Now, heavyweights tend to have a much longer shelf life, which is actually pretty interesting because his opponent, Alexander Volkov, is still only 31 years old. Now, both of these guys are very experienced fighters, main event fighters. They've been around for a long time. So they've seen it all despite their young ages. And, you know, Volkov has got a lengthy resume in mixed martial arts. And let's go into that. He's got a professional record of 31 wins and 7 losses. He's had 38 professional fights. Curtis Blaydes is not quite as experienced. He's having spent the bulk of his career in the UFC. After signing with the UFC with a 5-0 record, stands at 13 wins, 2 losses and 1 no contest. So he's only had 15-16 professional fights, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you consider the caliber of fighter that he's been fighting for a pretty long time now, he's a very experienced fighter and he's got to be given a lot of respect for that. This is a heavyweight fight. These are big boys, but there is some differences in terms of sizing. Curtis Blaydes stands at 6'4". His opponent Alexander Volkov stands at 6'7". That gives Volkov a 3-inch height advantage, and he'll also enjoy a 1-inch reach advantage with an 81-inch reach, as opposed to Curtis Blaydes' 80-inch reach. Now, what's interesting is, stylistically, that will suit Volkov even more because I believe him to be the better, more fluent and polished striker, and I believe that he's going to want to strike with Curtis Blaydes, who is actually improving as a striker. Let's talk about their fight styles. Curtis Blaydes is, of course, a wrestler. He's a very good wrestler, very good on top. He's got great elbows, but he's actually improving on the feet a lot, and he's shown that he carries power in his punches. He's got a good all-round game. He's developing. He's definitely not a striker, definitely not a striker the caliber of Alexander Volkov, but he's still a good striker, so you've got to give him a lot of credibility for his ability to strike. Alexander Volkov, well, you got to describe him as a striker. I think he's well-rounded as well. He's able to do it all, but where he shines is striking, particularly at range. He likes to, you know, fight at range. If you saw his Greg Hardy fight, you know, he likes to pick 1-2 shots. He's kind of precise with his striking. He's not the biggest hitter considering he's a heavyweight, but he's actually a very good technically and polished sound striker. So that's really where he shines, and that's what he's going to want to do in this fight. Let's look at some of their key wins. Curtis Blaydes, like I said, has been with the UFC for a long time. He's actually got a very, very good, polished and, you know, extensive resume of good wins. So he's beaten the likes of Mark Hunt. He's beaten Alistair Overeem, which was a good win. More recently, he's beaten the likes of Junior Dos Santos, finished Junior Dos Santos, and he's even taken out guys like, you know, respected guys like Justin Willis, Shamil Abdul-Rahimov, guys like that I respect a lot. Then you got Alexander Volkov, who, of course, has got nearly 40 professional fights. Has got some really big wins on his ledger in the UFC over guys like Fabricio Werdum, who he took out Stefan Struve, took out Roy Nelson. He's beaten some really, really good guys. More recently, he's beaten Greg Hardy, which, you know, he should have beaten Greg Hardy. So let's not call him a world champion for beating Greg Hardy, but that's still a good win. And then if you go earlier on in his career, he's of course beating the likes of Attila Vey, Blagoy Ivanov. He's been in there with Vitaly Minakov. He's a very experienced, well-rounded and talented fighter that's been in there with the best of the best. So he's got to be given tons of respect. For issues, when we're talking about Curtis Blaydes, I think that his issues in this fight particularly are going to be on the feet. I think that he can get wild in his stand-up. He's definitely getting more polished now, but Curtis Blaydes can get caught. I think Alexander Volkov will definitely take advantage of those opportunities and hit when he gets the opportunity to hit him. And whilst I said that he's not the biggest hitter, you still got to respect that this is a heavyweight professional fighter that has knocked out many fighters, including Fabricio Werdum. So yes, he's not the hitter that Francis Ngannou is, but if he hits you, you're still in big trouble. And we know Curtis Blaydes can be finished. We've seen him be finished before, of course by Francis Ngannou again, but you got to respect Volkov coming into this fight. I keep on wanting to say Volkanovski, but you know, I've got to get that off my tongue. For Alexander Volkov, the biggest issue that he's going to have in this fight is going to be wrestling and strength. So I think Curtis Blaydes is a much stronger fighter than Alexander Volkov, and I think his wrestling is going to be very, you know, important in getting the W here. So I think that's what is going to be his biggest issue. The X factor for Curtis Blaydes will of course be his wrestling on the back of Volkov's biggest issue, and Volkov's biggest strength is going to be his stand-up and his precise, technically sound, smooth stand-up. In particular, the range that he likes to fight at is really, really going to suit him. Let's get into the prediction. It's a very, very interesting fight. It's really fun. Curtis Blaydes is going to come out there wanting to test Volkov's stand-up. What Volkov has shown us is that he's not a guy that will make you pay for testing him early. I felt like he should have taken out Greg Hardy, but the biggest issue that he had coming into that fight was probably his inactivity. Whereas Greg Hardy, if nothing else, he will be a durable, athletic man that's been fighting consistently, whereas Volkov hadn't fought in over a year and a bit going into that fight, and the fight before that he had got knocked out by Derek Lewis. So that's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out in this fight. I think when we're looking at this on the feet, yes, Volkov outstrikes him, but the issue is that this is going to be a 25-minute fight. So if he's not able to get a finish early, and Curtis Blaydes is not someone who, you know, historically gasses out, he's a very well-conditioned fighter, I believe that Curtis Blaydes is going to make him pay. So I believe Curtis Blaydes will survive any early success that Volkov has on the feet. Eventually he'll start to find his rhythm and start taking this fight down. When he takes him down, he's going to elbow him, smash him up, and he's going to make him pay. I believe that when Curtis Blaydes gets Volkov down, he's going to really make a stamp on this fight, and I believe we're going to see, you know, a late finish for Curtis Blaydes or a dominant win after finally establishing his wrestling. So fight fans, for my official prediction, I'm going with Curtis Blaydes to get the unanimous decision or the finish on the back of his effective wrestling and use in this fight. Anyways, fight fans, why don't you guys comment below? Let me know what you thought about the breakdown. If you're new to the channel, let me know if you enjoy my content, or if you'll be sticking around. And if you're not going to be sticking around, just let me know why you're not sticking around. Maybe I can use it to improve my content. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're new here, like I said, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, all that jazz. Thank you for watching, guys. I'm Rohan, and this is Mindful Combat.